All right. C1x Road to launch. Day 45. I said I was going to do things off video, and I didn't. Because I was disc golfing and working, and I also just didn't want to. But we got some coffee, and I'm ready to do them now. We'll get the app loading on the simulator. It's been pretty quick lately. But the main thing was going to be tabbing all this stuff out. It's like, I wonder if this is faster. Just, at least then I can kind of click in the same spot for the most part. It might be. It might not be. It's going to be a little painful either way. If someone's actually watching this video and you want to see some coding, I would skip ahead a little bit. This is just me updating the JSON file I created in my last video, which has all of the information for Pro Tour tournaments that I'll be loading into the app. And my app can read this information just fine as it is, but I can't read it, and that's just as important. So I can read it. I don't want to read it in this format. I want it to be nicely formatted like this one is. But if I auto format, which I know the verse code has the ability to do, it's going, ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Could have thought of that sooner. So if I auto format the course pars and course distances, it will throw each number on a new line, and I do not want that. Same thing with whole averages. But I can auto format these. Sick. Okay. Well, that's gonna help us out a bit. Yeah, I can even highlight it like that. That's nice. Yeah, that doesn't matter. We'll enter those out anyways. And then format selection. Sick. Okay, well, this is going to go a little bit faster. I can just do all of these at once, I think, since they're all pretty much just going to drop right in front of me. Through course pars. Oh, gotta highlight it. Thought I did. I did not. Yeah, build's already done loading, which is great. So we're going to format this. And then we're going to jump in. We're going to try and make that toggle that I made last time look a little bit nicer on the global courses. So this guy, I don't like the way this looks right now. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't like it. So we're going to fix that. And then I did so before launch, we're going to get the global courses in there. We're going to update the dialog. I'm going to update a list, this screen, so that we're showing the Pro Tour courses. That's priority number 1 right now. Deciding if I'm going to add a year value, maybe some other stuff there. Then we've got some more data to track, which we put together this list last time. So I'm going to do that, and then I just had a thought yesterday after hopping off the video that on the all rounds view, it'd be nice to just show a little number up here or something that's how many rounds you scored. So it's if you score 150 rounds, it's not just a never-ending list. You have no idea how many there are. It'd be nice to just see 150 rounds. You could always get it here, like this will show all the time, but I'd like to show the number there too. But formatting these is it's the type of work that's maybe kind of nice to do with like football on in the background. Oh, don't do that yet. Very mindless. Formatting the JSON. This is at least set up to where if I format something incorrectly, it'll throw an error. If I add an extra comma here or something, I get an error. So, or delete something, or I don't really have to think about this too much. But can't, I don't have a TV above my monitor. And my office, aka the bedroom. So there's no putting football on while we do this. So we might as well record it. And if I go sit on the couch to do this with football on in the background, then I don't get to record it. Because trying to, I did it a little bit for the C1x report videos. I had to travel out for Idaho for a tournament. Got to travel up to Idaho. Felt like I had to because I was sick the whole time, so that was miserable. But anyways, I ended up recording one of those report videos, which doesn't involve me coding. It does involve me doing stuff on the simulator and on my internet browser. And trying to record and do that stuff. Like, it worked, but it was not a lot of fun. Can I highlight multiple things at once? I'm going to guess not. Yeah, definitely not. Okay. Doesn't seem like it. There might be a way for me to get format selection to not change these. Like, I'll show you. If I format this, it puts everything on a new line. And my goal here is to make it more readable for myself. Making each course 30 lines long does not improve readability for me. I hate that. I hate that we thought that was a good idea. I understand if you have like an array of strings and the strings are a few words each, you're trying to view them separately. Kind of starts to look like this, and I get wanting to change that, but for just integers or doubles that are single values, don't do that. But yeah, this was a nice thought. I can at least auto format some parts of these. All right, so they're all halfway there. They're all halfway there. Now we're going to tab these out like so. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll go auto format the last items at the end. But I feel like it's a little bit easier to just do one action at a time. So here we're just getting around the items that I can't auto format. I can auto format the course difficulty factor, but if I just highlight that and auto format it, it won't kick it to the next line. So that's why I'm hitting enter right here to bring it to the next line. So then I can just highlight that last line and it'll auto format the rest of it. And then this also makes it really easy for me to go when I inevitably have to change some course information. It's very easy for me to do, so I can just Command F to find a tournament name or a course name. I don't have to scroll left or right. Just up or down, I can find the values really quick. The one perk I could see to having the numbers tab out over every line is that if I were to format this, then I could at least do, this would take me a while, but I could do like a whole one comment or something. That way I didn't have to like count holes eventually, but I would rather just be able to view it cleanly. And even so, like, even if I have to just, if only some of the pars change on a course, it's not that hard for me to just open up my spreadsheet and just re-enter the course. That's probably going to be faster than me going through this and editing it, and probably less likely chance of any typos. So we're going to finish this. Again, this has zero benefit to the app itself necessarily, but it does make maintenance of it better down the road, which ultimately means that there's a better chance that I'm going to keep the Pro Tour course list updated. So if any touring pros happen to watch this, and you've been thinking to yourself, man, these volunteers have no idea how to track stats. A lot of them are pretty good. That's not true, but you get some people who it's just, they're not standing right there next to you. It's sometimes hard for them to call C2 or C1 or in the rough or in the fairway. The rough versus fairway one I think gets me a lot, just because for my own stats, I want like rough versus fairway especially on like tee shot on a par 4 or 5, is my way of evaluating whether or not I threw a good shot. So if I hit the first tree available, but it kicks me into the middle, do I really want my stats saying that that's a fairway hit? Like, I don't, because then it's gonna, if I go look at my stats after the fact, it's gonna make my upshot look bad. Like, the point of keeping stats is to use it to identify areas of improvement. And if I hit 18 first availables, get 18 lucky kicks into the fairway, and then go back and look at those stats a week later, might say somehow you forget the round, my stats are going to show that I hit the fairway on 100% of the holes. What that's not going to tell you is that the real issue of the entire round was that you sucked off the tee. You know, but marking fairway hit on shots like that, I want those to stay rough. That's ultimately what I'm getting at. I think it's important for people to have control over that. It's important to me that I have control over that. So when I keep my stats, I'm going to mark that as rough because I might as well have thrown it in the rough. If I was 300 feet up the fairway and in the rough, it'd probably be a better position than, you know, where I'm throwing from 5 feet off the tee in the middle of the fairway. So, all right. Let me hide this so I get a little more space here. So now, all we got to do is format selection. And I don't even have to highlight the whole course difficulty factor. I just need to get a little bit of it, I think. Maybe not even a ton. I think enough of it just so that I can kick the course unit value down to the next line, which I'm sure like one letter would be good enough. I wonder if I just get the quote mark, if it'll... Yeah, even just getting the quote mark works. But I think if I just do this, then yeah, it doesn't kick course unit to the next line. So got to get... I can just get the number too. Noted. All right. This is the last thing. We'll go highlight all these. Command K, Command F. That's trying to keep one hand on the mouse, so I don't know if that's really that handy of a keyboard shortcut. I'm sure I could just go change it, but change the keyboard shortcut for this, but that's okay. That's okay. We're committed at this point, and we're almost done. Here. Clicked off the highlight. We got GMC going on right now, and I'm excited to watch some East Coast wooded disc golf. Never played much of it myself, but the few times I have, I've absolutely loved it. Wish I could play more of it, but for some reason trees don't really grow well out in the desert of Utah. All right. Course list is formatted. And that probably took it from about 100 lines of code to almost 600, but nicely organized list now. All right, so drop that. Now it's time to make this button look good. And I have no idea how I want to do it. I almost want to change. I don't mind the button design here, but I think I want this to be bigger. Whoa, maybe a little big there. Didn't hate the size there, but I didn't want it to be a little bit more prominent than those toggles were. The width almost doesn't quite match. Yeah, a little bit narrower. All right. I could even make global courses change to tour courses. That would be good. Colors to make it. Give me a green. Nothing crazy, but a little too much. Maybe let's go lighter sage green. And this is going to be my inactive icon. Oh. Why isn't paste working? It's not working at all. Is copy not working? My copy is not working. Why is my copy not working? All right, that's gonna drive me crazy. Copy keyboard shortcut not working in first code. Is there some new keyboard shortcut that what do I go to? Control Shift P. Settings. Text editor. How do I get there? File preferences. Can I search by key binding? This list is way too long. I'm not doing this. Ah, here we go. Everything is copy. I have nothing else that... That worked. Was I in the terminal? Did I click on? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, going to keep this exactly the same, but we're going to make the inactive icon a green, kind of similar to these buttons. And then I should think about what color buttons I should have for the Pro Tour courses. That doesn't go crazy off color scheme. I do like a nice blue and a purple, little purple base to it. Probably a little excessive. I don't know if I need a blue and a purple. Do I have... I don't really have blue buttons anywhere. I could just do a blue. We could just do a nice blue. I'm leaning towards that right now. So if I do a blue, then I'm going to want the trophy to be that blue. We're going to go Vivid Sky. Is going to be my active icon color. Let's remove const. Pretty sure it should also not. How do I get away with it there? Lighter sage green, vivid sky. Are they static? Oh, well, why am I? Why wasn't I just doing that? I don't know. This is also not a super necessary change, but my OCD wants them to be consistent. There's a lot of them. There are a lot of them. End up here as well. Am I creating issues by doing this? I'm never changing these colors. I never intended to change them, so I guess if I create an issue by doing this, that's probably a good thing. It means it's something I likely need to fix anyways. Beautiful. Okay, now. Now it requires const. Oh, I didn't mean to update it. All right, I'm getting the colors. That's okay. All right, we're getting that one. Don't hate it immediately. So now I want the trophy to be blue. Inactive toggle color is black. Where is on top active color? Inactive color is this. Active color was the blue. Do I have a light blue? A faded blue? More accurate? Not really. Why should I? I don't think I'm gonna like this, but we'll try it. Inactive color. Inactive toggle color. Active toggle color. All right, so it shouldn't change anything here. Is that black? Active toggle color is black. Right? Why is it? It looks like a dark blue, not a black. So that's black. What if I make this cover stock? It's still blue. It's odd. App theme colors, and let's go with give me a graphite lightest. Terrible. I think I made it worse. Okay. I don't like the black. I did like that. What can I do differently for a toggle color? I don't think I'm gonna like this either, but I need to just see something different. Looks like a lot of color right now, but the idea is that whatever I end up setting as the colors for this, the buttons down below will match it. I could always no, all right, so vivid sky. That's probably a terrible idea. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. I'm grasping here. It's like I don't hate the red, but I do just, I think it's a bit too much. I don't hate that. I kind of like it because on this one, this is the same color as the buttons, so the buttons kind of stand out. Here, this will be the only thing that's white, so I think the white will kind of stand out, which might be kind of nice. Maybe. Maybe. We're going to roll with that for right now, and we can adjust as needed. So, next step. What should I do next? Should we do button design next? Maybe. Yeah. Let's do button designs. Courses, button. And these will be tour courses button. Tour courses button state, tour, tour, tour. Okay. So. I'm gonna leave the outline the same. Right now we'll keep them as the same same size. I won't change that at all. Courses base color, is that what I call this here? It is, okay. Static var. Courses base color. Tour courses top color, label color. All right, so we're gonna stick with this for right now. This is going to be this. This is going to be this. So let's start with that. Tour courses base color. We'll keep that the same. Positioned. Tour courses top color. Circular border. We'll leave that on there for now, that's fine. And then tour courses label color. If location needs to be shown, am I showing location on my courses? I'm not. And then else I show the total course par. Widget course location. Let's, for right now, let's just grab this. We're gonna get rid of this if else statement, just to maybe simplify things a little bit. All right, so that's gonna be the initial start for that button. And now let's go here. Safe area, back button. I've got my toggle, global courses. What's my variable called? Showing tour courses. Courses. No const. Nice little way to do that. I'll add this here. And I am always just defaulting that to false, right? Yes. Perfect. Text field. I mean, I should probably keep it separate. This could all stay the same. It could just be the search that changes. Let's go up here. Filtered items, current search. All right. Make sure there's nothing here that I should be capturing. I don't think so. So now we go back down to that text field. And here we're going to go if I need a, let's do that. Tour search. Oh, go away. All right, string combine courses, pro, tour global course data, course names, course locations, filter combined, course name and location. I do think I maintain that. Course location. Can I not search by location currently? Definitely can. All right, I won't ask questions right now. It's working. We'll leave it be. All right, so now I have a tour search. So I'm going to go here. We're going to go if showing tour courses else, and then this will be our else. Here we're going to go tour search value and set state. Current search equals value. Where do I use current search at? 1, 2, and that's it. I never show it again. So I don't need that at all. Shoot. Oh. Doesn't look like I do. We can do a reset, make sure it's working. It should be. So let's keep rolling for a second here. Scroll bar, list view for course. How long is this code? Not that long. Okay. So here I think we just need a if showing tour courses. I like these brackets. Else. Comma. And then we're going to just copy and paste this guy. Is it there? It is. So we're going to get rid of that. This goes inside of the else. Whoa. Tab it out. And then we'll grab it again here, and we'll paste it here, and then we'll update it for showing tour courses. So this is now our tour courses button. Filtered items. Ooh. I created a new value, right? I don't think I used it. Filtered tour items and filtered tour locations. So in my tour search, that's what I need to use. Filtered tour items and filtered tour locations. Filtered combined, I create there. Yeah, okay. So now go back up here. For filtered tour items. What do I initialize it as? I set it up right. All right, quit going around. Here we go. Filtered tour items.length showing tour courses. I'll just make it explicit here. Make sure it's always obvious which one I'm on. Tour course, but course name. filtered tour items, tour course. Location needs to be shown true. I could probably just, these are always going to look exactly the same. So let's just remove these. Yeah, it's like we should be good there. Get rid of that. Filtered tour locations, tour course, unpressed, course press. Pro tour, global course data, course names, index of. Filtered tour items, tour course. So par count, copy, paste, 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 paste. And then the course dialog is going to be a point of contention here. I can do the exact same thing for right now because all of the values that my normal global courses have, the tour courses have as well, but I do intend to create a new dialog for those. For right now, I will just we'll get what I have in here working, at least initially. Add global course to personal list. So I am going to need a new function for that. We are going to need a add tour course to global list, and I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. So add tour global to personal list. Let's go back up. If shown courses, hit the button. Add tour global to personal list. Course press navigator. Let's reset. We're not frozen, which is great. I can even go, we'll just make sure here. Throughout the video we recorded yesterday. That's already up on YouTube. Save a little more space. All right. Courses. Global courses. All right. So this list is not going to change. Make sure we can still search just fine. Utah, Art, Dye, Creekside, Roots, Missouri. Lots of Missouri or MOs, which is good. Okay. And tour courses. Yeah. That's colorful, isn't it? Wow. Too colorful? Maybe a little bit too colorful. Oh, maybe a little bit. The dark blue is good, but I think the top color needs to be a little bit more faded. And that is a favorite thing of mine to use ChatGPT for. So. I like this color, but I need a more faded version. Where is that green? I want it to have the same sort of faded appearance that this green does. That might be too light. We can try it, but I don't think that one is. Oh, I just need to copy it down here. I don't think it's going to be the winner. gonna make it really light. I think I just want it a little bit lighter. We can look at it first though. I think it's a bit too much. That was a bit too much, somewhere between that and the original. Where did it go? Reset. So now they should be a little bit darker. Yeah. I do think that's better. Definitely a start. Definitely a start. Simply refined light. Let's go to my toggle and make sure that it's using the same color, which is going to be that. Let's make that match the buttons. Yes, thank you. I never thought about using a different icon for both of these, but I totally could. Globe was one, right? I need a native Flutter icon. That's a globe. I missed the T in native, I know. I think ChatGPT will get the idea. Public. Public. Oh. Make that a globe. Yes, and tour. I like that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Okay. Are there two Olympuses? There are. How is the sorting working right now? It might just be totally random because the order's out of sync. We can fix that later. That's not a problem. Because right now the order for every single one of my tour courses was just defaulted to 1 with the goal that I would go adjust them after the fact. So that's fine. But they are all loading in. The information all appears to be accurate. Let's do a double check here with the course that I'm pretty familiar with. We can do Bad Rock Creek. It looks to be the MPO layout. If I tap a button, how does that work right now? Course name, course distances, course pressed. Obviously I have different distances in there. Like if I go to the KC wide open, different distances, the length should be different. They're obviously not at the moment, so that will be something to fix. But I'm also not sure if that's related to the order. It shouldn't be. Let's do a quick test here. Let's go 2 and 3. course, global. Okay, so something isn't quite getting added. The order did work, but distances are getting overwritten. For some reason. Okay, I mean, that's probably the first thing to tackle. Why is that happening? Course loading. See if we got the right values at this point. It just cuts it off. Which, I mean, is to be expected, but I think I can already see here that the values are different. So what this should be. The Rockstar 837 312. Olympus 278 661. Sprinkle Valley 570 618. And then the very next one should be 570 534, and it's not. So at this point I have the right values. But that is not what's getting carried over. Okay, test 2. All right, 2 6 2 8 4 8 and 2 4. So the difficulties are lining up. Well, no, they're not. I'm not sure why it's not working. Tour indices compared to should be working. It's clearly not, but I can't understand why. What's something I could try here? Let's try doing this. No, we don't like that. Let's do a reset then. Oh, I did that on the dialogue, not the... That was stupid of me. I meant to do it on the button, not the dialogue. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those all... They show as they're supposed to if I go down to Bad Rock Creek. The difficulties are sorted properly, but the distances do not show. And I don't understand why. Okay, so that was an experiment. Let's go to my button design. Something that I might add anyways, and then we'll see if it's worthwhile. No, come on. So I'm going to try and display the divisions on these buttons, and then we're going to see if I'm getting the right divisions as well. I don't know. Tour search. Combine courses, add division. Pro Tour global course divisions. Filtered combined. Okay. Then we're going to go here. Filter into divisions to the course. Where's my error? Way up here. Oh, just divisions. All right, let's do a reset. So I should get the divisions next to these. I'm getting MPO and FPO. So the difficulty is mapped. So it's got to just be something, then they're in the right order here. Something about what I'm doing here. Did I create? I created a tour course press too. So if showing tour courses, we're doing this. This is going to be a tour course pressed. I don't really think this is the issue, but there you go. The course names, index of filtered. Oh, that's why. That's why I can't do it by course names, because then it always defaults to the first one, which is MPO. So what can I do it by? What's unique? To every single one of these. All right, we found the issue at least. Index where? It's interesting. That might work. That makes sense. And only I could produce the syntax of that myself, which is why ChatGPT is wonderful, but that code definitely makes sense. Let's give it a test. So now MPO Sprinkle Valley 9166, FPO Sprinkle Valley, I get an error. Did not work. Could not find the index. Index where? Index of tour course. maybe. Let's give that a try. All right. Let's go Harvey Penick. 9280. 8145. Beautiful. 277.40. 3435. Okay. Issue fixed. So, excuse me, not in a very pretty order yet. The button layouts still aren't great, but we do have the buttons working as intended. They pull up the correct course information. This is a view I intend to change, but they pull it up nonetheless. Step in the right direction, for sure. For sure. So what is next? What is next? There's lots of stuff that's next. I just am struggling to decide which one I want to do. We're not frozen, are we? Nope. Okay. Probably this. Probably that dialogue. Because this is what I'm calling, right? Course dialogue. Course dialogue. Okay, so we're going to create a new file. This is going to be tour course info dialogue dart. We're going to take this and we're going to copy paste. Tour course dialogue. No, don't explain it. Don't explain it. I don't want you to explain it. Tour course dialogue. Okay. Now I really probably want every single value that I'm capturing there. So I want final string tournament name. I want final string division. I don't think I need tag at the moment, so we'll just add tournament name and division. In division, anything else pertinent to our tournament name, course name, division, locations, all in there. The tag in the order, not super crucial right now. Excuse me. So we'll stick with that. All right, so to start with, this is going to be tournament name. Then course location is not equal to user. It will never be equal to user. This can go here first. 20. I'll make this 20 as well. This will be course name. Let's go. Yeah. Size box height 10. So location will always be in, so we can just do the row here. Okay. So now I'll get tournament name, course name, location. I do, what was my icon there? Instead of the globe, it was emoji events. So that's what I'm going to use here. Emoji events. We'll get a trophy there. Par length I will keep on. Difficulty we can keep on. That's fine. Maybe I should take the difficulty off. Like it's some of the FPO layouts are easier. I don't want to show like moderate for an FPO Pro Tour layout. All right, so instead of difficulty, we're going to go with division layout. Might be a little long. We'll see. All right, we got par, we got length. Maybe I show these in the dark blue. That might be kind of nice. We can keep the flag as is right now. Whole return par icon. Here, let's use that ocean blue. Like so. We got the distance. We'll return the unit symbol, which is all fine. If delete is pressed. There is no delete though, right? Delete is pressed. Defaults to false, so that won't show. Okay, that's fine. All right. Then we show that. That doesn't matter here. Actually, I can just delete it altogether. Ooh. Or maybe I should leave it. Do I want to show this same dialogue? When I lean forward, you just get to see my forehead. Sorry about that. I'm going to leave that in there right now. It doesn't hurt anything, and there's a chance that I implement this in a way that I want it. Child left button, child right button. Are those up here? Oh, I passed those. And I did that down here as well then, right? On pressed, show dialogue, yeah, left button and right button. Okay. Yeah. That's nice. That at least keeps everything on this view, which is good. Very good. Course loading, I don't use at all. Okay. Delete and delete. And save, and then here, we're going to try to do the same thing. Tour. Courses dialog. And then we're missing tournament name. And I'm missing division. And now let's hit a reset. The buttons don't work. No, dismiss works. But yeah, it's kind of cool. For that layout, let's get rid of this. Let's just do that, and let's maybe throw it in brackets. I'm just trying some stuff. Oh, that might help. Yeah. And I could still actually... It's kind of nice. I like what I have going here. I'm going to copy this. We're going to go up to where I'm showing the course location. And I'm going to replace this row with this. So this is going to go up here. This row, I'm going to bring down here. It's going to replace this. This is going to be public. And next to the course, I'm going to throw this is going to be emoji events. Course name will go here. And I was sticking with the 20. Okay. So like this. So the goal is to flip these two, make this a globe, and then move the trophy in front of the course. I think that's what I just did. Ooh, I left one of the rows in there. Division layout is good. This guy, right? Yes. This guy needs to leave. Should thinking that maybe the trophy needs to go up above. That like that should be the column. And then do like this. I could even do a like a row of these. too much maybe still. Yeah, I could even make them colorful or something, but I don't think that that's a bad spot. A little more spacing there, maybe. Yeah. All right, and then the course name just becomes the item there. Maybe. It's definitely not in its finished form where I want it to be, but I think it's kind of close. I should probably go back to my actual list here. This is actually just all the obvious things that I need to fix. Not like that. Just gonna look at all of these, I guess. Park. Oh, I already have park. Park, landscape, terrain. All right, so terrain and landscape are the exact same. Probably getting a little too into the weeds here at the moment. Let's just stick with those. All right. Now, what else to do? Is there anything I should really do with this layout right now? Probably not. Really what I need to do is get the function in here for actually adding these courses. So I need to come down here and actually create this. All right, load JSON from file. Tour course info decoded. This is going to be, oh, disregard. That is what I want. New course names, new name. And then, I mean, so really the question is going to become, when I add a tour course to the personal course list, do I want it to actually look different? Do I want the button to look different? All right, because I could overlap them. It's just how do I sneak that in? Because the real limiting factor is that I don't want to change this structure. Could have removed that already anyways. I really shouldn't care about it that much because I am, like, this is a new launch. So, because I can do this. Copy this string, delete file if it exists, it's going to be that. Copy file. I am doing the wrong one here. Personal list. So this will, for the few people that are testing it, this will reset their personal course list. But I kind of want that to happen with the new app launch anyways. For all new app downloads. Really should already happen. Can do that. And then, I mean, ultimately what that's going to allow me to do is add a new value in here that's tag. like that. And then I would need to go update that everywhere. If I can just do this right, it is going to make everything so much easier. Then I can do whatever I want to with the display of these courses. All right. Fine. I don't need a tag here, I don't think. We can't do it on this though. Of course, this will always be normal. Distances, text style buttons. Add course to personal list, which is here. Tag. Course info decode in. New course tags, add personal course tag. Did I call it course tags or I just called it? Alright, we can go course tag. That's fine. Course tag, global. Name, fine. New course tags, add new course tag. I need to create a new provider. Update course tags, new course, comma. Course tag, new course tag, courses. Rewrite it, confirm button, update course ID. It's giving me an error out of the provider. That's fine. We're just going to go through all of these. Difficulty slider should not matter. Course info dialog should not matter. Course loading is definitely going to matter. I'll do the providers first. Let's we'll copy the course units one. Since it's already in the string format. Course tags. Return this. Update course tags. New tags. New tags. Course tags provider. Course tags. Course tags. Okay. I was thinking that should be good now. It seems to disagree. No. That would help. Okay. All right, so that's our new provider. Now we can go through the course loading. Bar course tags. The string, personal course. Course tags, add data course tag there. Global course data I'm not going to change, although I am going to have to fix it. We'll get there. We'll get there. They do not get a tag. Pro Tour courses will get a tag. For our courses. container dot read course tags provider notifier update course tags course data. I don't think I actually use these values, so it shouldn't really matter, but we'll create it just in case. All right, delete course, new course tags. New course tags, add as string. Referee course tags provider. Courses remove at. Add global, which is what I just called that. Course and then ref read the provider. And then course tag is equal to new course tags. 0 courses. Update reorder courses. I also don't think I use this function right now, but course tags provider update. Oh, I should, yeah, it's fine. Tags. Okay. Tags course. All right, course loading is done. And keep rolling through here. Course providers we updated. General course list. Find our course tags. Course tags provider. Course dialog. I can use the tag here if I want, but I don't necessarily need to. Convert distances, single distances, total pars. No. Okay. Edit course. I really shouldn't need to do anything on this at the moment. I don't think. Yeah, that's fine. I was really missing a lot of stuff on this. Okay, we'll ignore that for the time being. Because I'm already missing units and IDs on all these as well. Ooh, no, not. I didn't even need them. Hold on, disregard. Disregard. Course tag. This tag. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now that's good. All right, now global courses. I should update those tags as well. How do I do it here? I get a course index. Okay. This will be fine. course tag is equal to global. Course tag. Course tags, add new course tag. Freed, course tags provider, course tag. Okay. And then new course tag, and what was my tag there? Pro Tour. Tag is tour. Okay. It's going to be a tour. Okay. New course tags, course tag. New course tags here. Update course tags provider, comma. Course tag, new course tag. Okay. This gives me tour. I set this one up to be global. Might be good there. Yeah. And that way I'm at least going to get the tag. So not the way I thought I was going to do that, but I do think I solved this issue. And so then on the personal list for courses, I could do a we could go return course tags, course press, tour. And then here I could do this, but with the tour course dialog. Ooh, no, I really couldn't, no. I really couldn't. Because I'm not going to pass tournament name. Okay. So disregard that. Let's get rid of these changes. Okay. But on my course dialog, I could add a comment for that. Course info dialog, we could go final string tag, and then we could go required this tag. And then here I'll just go, yeah, tag is equal to course tags, course pressed. And I'm going to need that same line on the global courses. Go to my error there, right here. And this is just my courses button, so the tag here will be global. Okay. And then on the dialog, I could show, we could show a different button. It does get a little tricky though, because I'm not changing the structure, so I'm not going to have information like the tournament name. Oh, I did update some. All right, we have to do a reset. That's fine. Let's go to the button design real quick. Tour courses button we'll leave for the moment. Courses button. Let's do a final string tag. This dot tag equals global. All right, and then stack container position child row size box. The row, and then let me go to my, that's button designs. Let me go to my tour course dialog. Give me this. But then here we need a if widget.tag is equal to tour. Okay. Oh, and then from the courses menu, for that button, we'll pass the tag. Tag, course tags. All right, reset. So that should have reset the courses, I think. And it did. Shouldn't do it again, but add PC3 blues. Let's go do a reset, make sure that's working as intended. Getting close to calling it here for the day. My courses, we still got the courses there. Let's go to the global list now. We've got this. Let's add Sprinkle Valley. That's what I was trying to do. It seems like it works. Let's click on it. Yep. Okay, let's go to around. Looks like we're good. There's still some improvements I want to make to this, but that's close. I mean, the order needs to change. Obviously, I'd like to display more information on these buttons, make the text a little bit smaller. But we have the list of tour courses. We display them with the toggle. I can add them as intended. I have the structure now to, I can make these buttons blue if I wanted to, or and I might do that anyways. We've got some options there. So not quite finishing this today, but lots of progress. Lots of progress for sure. I don't love the white there. Can I go change that real quick? Instead of white, let's do maybe like that. Maybe a little bit too much. Where's my graphites at? Maybe just that off-white soft, actually. That might be okay. Yeah, just a little bit better. Not quite as blinding. The text changes. I guess that's close. Definitely still some changes to make to these buttons, but it does seem like it's working. People will get their courses reset. Let's go update this list, and then we will call it for the day. All right, so global course menu now includes an exclusive list of all Pro Tour layouts for all course layouts for the Pro Tour season. Use the toggle at the top to find this. Courses can be added to your personal list and displayed on, scored on. So we added adding the tour courses required some minor rework to course structure, so everyone will have your personal course list reset. If you were a part of beta testing, I intended to do this at launch regardless, so that everyone gets a clean start on the finished V1.0.0. But I'm sorry for it. Okay, and importantly, I have separated courses and rounds, so it's not like you scoring a round on a previous course means that it breaks or something. You know, it still works as intended. You can still see the course info. All right, so we formatted the global list. We added all this stuff. Design still subject to change. So in the next video, it'll be about improving these buttons, maybe making some minor additional changes to this dialogue, and then also probably adjusting the button design to be blue or something, just to distinguish between them. Maybe even change the color on this. Let's check these off. We'll go through. We added the tags, so that's done. That's still an open item. Order values we need to update. All right, so remaining next step items. Improve layout and information on tour course buttons. Update tour course dialogue to look more special, as a good way for me to describe that. Update button design on my courses view to make tour courses have the same blue color scheme, and then update. Did I do anything with my courses? Still largely looks the same. So update general courses dialog to include a small indicator for special graphic if the tag passed is tour. Update course selection for rounds to give tour courses a different color. And that should be it for the design changes. Otherwise it should, like, it's working. We can add them as normal. We should be able to delete them like normal because they're on, once I've added them to that list, they have the same structure that everything else does. I did update all that code, but I think let's test it. Just it's fine. Yeah. Seems to be working. I've done that enough now that I think I did it right, but why is that happening? I gotta fix this real quick. That shouldn't be happening. Button designs. If the tag is equal to the tour, then we do that. If it's not, it should. Was that happening anyways? The text overflow is not working. All right, quick question for ChatGPT here. Originally, I just had the text inside of the sized box and the constraints worked as expected. I added the row and an if statement with an icon, and the width constraint no longer holds even if the if statement evaluates to false. Why? Expanded. I feel like I'm not gonna like this, but maybe I am. Maybe I'm gonna love it. Okay, sure, I take it back. My fault. That's on me. Make sure I don't create any issues here. Confirm, we just have that course. Okay, I think we're good there. So, a little minor issue there, but fix that real quick. So yeah, lots of progress on the tour course list today. Courses still to add. That might be something I try to do off video. Again, that'll come with an asterisk because I've said that 2 videos in a row now and I just do them on video anyways. But maybe I'll go try and find some information for those courses just so I have them in the list, and then we can change and adjust as needed. The U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship is going to be nice and easy, I think, at least to start with, because it's at a course that's half an hour away from me, which will be pretty cool next year. And some of that stuff I may just not get in there at all, but we'll see. So we'll get those courses added, and then I have the next step items that I'll throw right here for now. And then we can think about finishing the rest of those out before we jump into the more data to track. This is definitely taking a little longer than I thought it was going to. I did finally get mini discs ordered, so I think those are going to come when I expect them to. But let's see some birthdays here. Today's the 18th. Launch is on the 30th. So it'd be really nice to maybe get this submitted by end of day Monday next week. Try and do a video tomorrow to capture a lot of, at least to finish the global course list. I think the data stuff is going to go really fast. Yeah, that should go really fast. I think this is still the longest stuff that I need to do. This is just going to be adding a simple number. And then once I have that, we're pushing the update app on Google and making sure that I have the final approval for launch. So we'll have some mini discs in. I think that's all I got. All right. Whoa, go away. We will call it there for the day. Decent progress. Always ends up being a little bit more involved than I think it's going to be. But we're doing a good job keeping things working, which is always crucial, especially when I'm trying to do it right before our launch. Hitting a launch date, but good so far. So we'll call it there for day 45. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.